Greetings of peace. My name is Ram Hotep, broadcasting on behalf of 13scienceastrology.com. No, I'm not with Jay-Z. No, I'm not with Rockefeller Records. No, I'm not with the Illuminati. No, I'm not with any of that stuff. Just because I perform my hands a certain way does not mean I'm a part of some type of secret organization or anything like that. So I know automatically when you see me do that hand sign, you're like, he's a part of some secret organization. He's a part of some thing or whatever, some type of conspiracy or whatever. No, I'm not a part of any of that. Just a guy making a video. That's it. But you have to learn how to really, before I get into what I'm going to talk about, you should really learn how to form your own hand signs and use those hand signs to channel in energy. You can make your own sigils or hand signs, your own symbols with your hands, and use those symbols to channel in different types of energy. So that's all it is. But I thank you for watching this video. In this particular episode, I'm going to talk about health. And I'm going to talk about health in relationship to experiencing higher states of divinity and higher states of spirituality. And one of the main ways to experience higher states of spirituality and divinity is to eat alive, living, raw, alkaline foods. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Most of the foods that people eat in this Western society and in society in general is what's called acidic. The food is basically an acid-based type of food. And most of our diseases, your mucus, all of this stuff is based in acid. Pretty much based in acid. So when you talk about cancer, all of your cancer cells, all of this stuff is based in what's called acid. And we have an acidic diet. These are the breeding grounds of disease. So the way to counteract that is to learn how to eat what's called alkaline foods. Now, alkaline foods, I'm going to get into some of the alkaline foods, but alkaline foods aren't something that's really talked about by Western medicine and something that's not really talked about in the West. But alkaline foods are on the market, but they're not really as easy to get as acidic foods. Like if you go in the grocery store, you're going to see way more acidic foods in the grocery store, the alkaline foods. The things that you should be getting out of a typical grocery store is a very small section. It's a very small section of foods that are actually good for you. Like when you start talking about foods that are good for you, most foods are acidic. Now, most people don't know this, but you should take in at least 80% of the intake of your food should be alkaline. Like 80% of the food that you intake should be alkaline type of foods. Now, what can alkaline foods do for you spiritually, and what does acidic foods take away from you spiritually? Let's go into that. Now, first, let's talk about some of the things that acidic foods take away from you, because most of you probably experience this. Say, for instance, if you're always tired. Say, for instance, those people that experience a lot of mucus. This is something I'm still even fighting with. That they experience a lot of mucus and things like that. If you experience a lot of mucus, you're always tired, you're always sluggish. If you have any type of disease, like say, for instance, if you have arthritis, anything dealing with like an itis or any type of disease goes back to mucus. And most mucus is formed from acid. It's based in acid. So basically, if you're taking in a lot of acidic food over time, this hurts the body. And this turns into what's called dis-ease. Dis-ease is basically when your body is in a state of lack of ease. It's against ease. Dis means to go against and ease. So if you're not feeling at ease, then you're feeling sick. And that's what dis-ease is. It causes you not to feel at ease. And this comes from taking in too much acid. Most of the foods that you eat are acid. I'm going to get into some of the acid foods. But I'm going into like how you feel. Now, if you're taking a lot of acid foods, it causes you to think a lot slower. When you meditate, you can't concentrate as much. People feel like they may be ADD and stuff like that. You're not ADD. You're probably just eating the wrong foods. You're taking in acidic foods. You have to learn how to take in alkaline foods. Now, alkaline foods are basically living foods. They're living foods. When you get into alchemy, see, people want to get into alchemy and they want to be alchemists and stuff like that. You're not going to be any type of damn alchemist. Listen to this. You're not going to be any kind of damn alchemist unless you first master and become an alchemist of your own body. You want to learn how to convert metals into gold and do all of it and turn base metals into gold. You don't even know what that stuff means. And I'm going to break down a little bit of it here. But alchemy is talking about being an alchemist is talking about one who eats the proper diet and is a scientist in eating the proper diet. See, it's one thing to be vegan. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be vegetarian, but what are you actually intaking? See, a lot of people are intaking the wrong food. Soy is not alkaline. It's not an alkaline food. Most of the time when you cook food, this makes it acidic usually. When you cook food, this takes away from the alkalinity. Most alkaline food is vegetables and they're raw. See, that's what people fail to realize. Like, you have to eat raw foods in order to take in the alkaline foods. And I'm going to get into what the alkaline foods are, but I'm trying to help people first to see that McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. I'm not talking about people, Sonic's, all these places, Jack in the Box. These places do not sell alkaline foods. Keep that in mind. They do not sell alkaline foods. And this is not Ram Hotep being judgmental. You can do whatever you want to do. You have free will. I'm saying this is a channel of spirituality. You want to be more spiritual? You need to take in alkaline foods so that you can raise your vibration. I'll go into how alkaline foods can benefit you. But first I have to talk about how acidic foods has not benefited you. Because acidic foods is the reason why people are in the state that they're in right now. Acidic foods is the reason why people go out here and kill people and do crazy things. Your diet, believe it or not, when you're sick and diseased, this causes you to do things outside of your nature a lot of times. When you're eating animals that were violently murdered and slaughtered and that died depressed, you wonder why you're depressed, you wonder why you're angry, because the animals and foods that you take in have a vibration to them. And anything acidic has a lower vibration. So let's get into scientifically, let me help you to understand what acidic versus alkaline is. Alkaline is like this. I'm going to help you guys understand it from the metaphysics point of view. You guys know I'm not going to sit here and sound like some type of a professor or college professor and what alkaline means. Alkaline is a base metal. I'm not going to sound like that. Basically, I'm going to kick it to you on a real, on a metaphysical type of level or whatever. Alkaline goes back to Alkali. Alkali. And I know you're like, you're reaching. Just listen, hear me out. Alkali. Alkali is a deity, a Hindu deity. Alkali or Kali is a deity that means blackness. This was a female deity, a very old, one of the primordial deities named Kali. And Kali is the counterpart to Shiva, excuse me. Kali is the counterpart to Shiva. And I did a video called Shiva and Kali, but it was dealing with a stone or a crystal, which is something different. But Kali is a deity that means, her name means blackness. It's a female deity. And when you research it on an alchemical level, see, people don't realize that a lot of those deities, like in India and all of that, those deities meant, and even in Egypt, those deities weren't just talking about people. And I try to tell you guys this all the time. They were talking about elements and high metaphysical concepts, plants, animals, all type of different stuff. A lot of times they're not talking about humans. Sometimes they're talking about even ETs. But they have multiple meanings. But alkali on one level, when you deal with it on the school of alchemy, is dealing with the base. See, an alkaline food is like the base. It's like a base metal. Like anything, like the earth is alkaline. The earth is an alkaline being. Anything living is alkaline. This is the base of life. Alkalinity is the base of life. And when something's acidic, this is when you add, it's kind of like salts to it. You add something that's not natural to something that's natural, and that's what makes it acidic. So they feed you a lot of acidic foods that aren't natural, foods that are made in a laboratory. You need to research Monsanto and things like that so that you can look up and learn about Monsanto and learn about what they do and learn about how they aren't giving you real food anymore. You see, when your food has been genetically modified, which means it's being cloned, for those people that don't understand this. And I know a lot of you guys are healthy. So if you're healthy, this is for people that are new to this whole thing and are not really into the health. The alkaline foods is what's going to help you to raise your vibration. When you start eating better, you become alive again. You become living. You feel things again. You feel for earth. You care when animals get murdered. See, people don't care about murdering animals and shit like that because, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little bit riled up here. People don't care about murdering animals and shit like that because basically they look at it like it's not human. It's just an animal. They're inferior to us. And I'm hungry. I want to eat this animal because you're addicted. You're addicted to your desires. And that's what it really is. That's what it's all about. You're addicted to your desires. You're addicted to certain foods. And you want to try to pass the buck off and say that you're over an animal. You're over an animal that's probably a vegetarian. Like a cow is a vegetarian, eats grass and eats of the vegetation, of the green vegetation. You're going to eat the beef and eat the cow, but the cow is even wiser than you. It doesn't even eat other flesh. You see, so the cow is vegetarian, but then you eat the cow. And I'm not here to knock anybody, but I mean, I just got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, eating healthy is my way of life. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of my culture or whatever. So, I mean, that's a part of my display or whatever. I display my culture. So it's not about knocking anybody or judging anybody, but I'm just getting you to think here. Think about what you're doing. You're eating something and you're saying you're superior to it, but it eats better than you. So who's really superior? So people eat this stuff and they don't think about these animals. They don't think about these animals. They don't think about the fact that these animals have emotions and feelings, and when you murder them, you're taking in that depression and those feelings. Then you don't think about the fact that a lot of these animals are cloned. A lot of these chickens don't have legs. You see, you need to watch Food Inc., the documentary Food Inc. These chickens don't have legs. A lot of them, they're cloning these chickens. They don't even walk around. They're cloning them to get fat, sitting next to each other in rows, and then they kill them all, chop their heads off, and they call it meat. That's why they changed the name from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC. It's not even chicken anymore. It's cloned. They already passed a law. They can give you cloned meat. They just can't call it chicken. See, you need to look this stuff up and research this stuff. So alkaline foods meats aren't alkaline. Meats aren't alkaline. So that's all out. Alkaline foods are living foods. Remember that. Meat is dead animal carcass, dead flesh. It's not alkaline. Candy isn't alkaline. A lot of stuff that these people eat isn't alkaline. You want to take in foods from the earth. The earth is alkaline. Remember that. So herbs, foods that are genetically modified, foods that aren't organic, which are genetically modified foods, are not alkaline. These aren't alkaline, but it's better for you to eat those vegetables. I'd rather you eat vegetables that aren't genetically modified than to eat bananas. Than to eat meats and stuff like that. I'd rather you eat bananas that aren't genetically modified. That are genetically modified than to eat meat. Now, I really would rather that you eat organic bananas and organic fruits and organic garbanzo beans and organic vegetables and organic kale. I'd rather you eat organic things and living foods. But if you can't afford that or whatever reasons, I'd rather you eat that. So I'm not trying to stop you from, if you can't afford to eat organic foods, I'd rather you eat that than to eat the meats and stuff like that. But yeah, the alkalinity helps with your vibration, helps to raise your vibration. It helps to a lot of things that you're experiencing. You wonder why your rituals don't work. You wonder why you can't attract and things like that. You can't attract and your rituals aren't working because you're not eating properly. You got to eat properly. Rituals are all about what's called chi and energy. You take in alkaline foods, you're taking in that Kali. You're taking in that original blackness, that original energy of the earth. You know what I'm saying? You're taking that in and making that a part of you. And that's alkaline and that's energy. You know what I'm saying? That's power. Alkalinity is empowerment. When you eat an alkaline diet, you're empowered. You know what I'm saying? You feel invigorated. You feel better. You know what I'm saying? Even when you just try it and just eat one meal that's alkaline, eat a totally alkaline meal and see how you feel. See how you feel. So yeah, you want to be an alchemist. You want to get all deep into these metaphysics and these sciences and master the earth, air, water, fire, and master clairvoyance, intuition, psychometry, and telepathy. You want to master these things. You got to eat alkaline foods. You can't unlock your higher powers and become an alchemist if you're taking acid. You got to eat alkaline. You got to eat healthy. Be a scientist when you eat. Don't eat for your taste buds. And this is for me. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I just eat alkaline foods every single day too. Because I don't. I'm not going to sit here in this video and tell you I don't. But I'm conscious of what I eat. And I try to eat alkaline foods. I say my diet is 50-50. I try to eat alkaline foods half the time. I should do 80. I should do 80%. Really should be 80%. But I'm not doing 80% right now. And I'm not making no excuses about that. But that's not going to stop me from telling the next person to strive to do 80%. Because that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I got to teach you the truth regardless of what I'm doing. Don't worship me and what I'm doing. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still that example. I'm still eating alkaline. I'm not eating any meats. I try to keep my chakras balanced. You see, I keep these stones on my neck. These are malachite stones, by the way, because a lot of people have been emailing me asking me, what are these stones? These are malachite stones. They're good for unlocking the heart chakra and keeping the heart chakra open so that you can feel things. Like you want to feel life. You want to feel nature. You want to feel for things. You should, an animal getting killed, you should feel something from that. When an animal is slaughtered and murdered, you should feel something from that. So eating alkaline food, like I said, it just helps you to be an overall. You talking about being Superman? You want to be Superman? Eat alkaline. That's all I'm gonna say. All the powers, watch all the superhero movies and the stuff that you see them doing. If you want to do that stuff, take in the green, the alkaline. Take in the spinach is alkaline. Let's go into some of the alkaline foods here. The almonds are alkaline. Grapes are alkaline. They have seeds in them. Green beans are alkaline. Lemons are alkaline. Lemon juice. You can put lemon juice in your water. That's alkaline. Avocados are alkaline. Bananas are alkaline. Beets, broccoli, blackberries, onions, mushrooms. All of this stuff is alkaline foods or whatever. Celery, like I said, kale, and a gang of other stuff. Watermelons, tangerines, all of this stuff. Basically, your fruits and vegetables, most of them are cool to eat. Those things are alkaline. Now, when you start, now let's go into some of the acidic foods. See, it's a lot of acidic foods people don't realize, like butter, wheat, chicken, coffee. People love coffee, don't they? Oh, coffee's good for you. Healthy coffee. There is no healthy coffee. It's acidic. So you talk about people being on drugs. Well, what about people that's on coffee? It's a drug, isn't it? Has caffeine in it. But anyway, and I'm not judging anybody. This is my passion for what I do in my culture. Keep in mind, when you hear this energy coming from me, it's passion. That's all, not anger. Ice cream. All these things are acidic. I could go on. Turkey, oysters, oatmeal. The list goes on and on and on. Corn oil, all your macaroni. These things, most of this stuff is acidic. I don't care what ingredients you're using. It's acidic. If it's not living, and if you cook it, even if it is living, a lot of times people, they have live foods and then they cook them and boil them and take all the nutrients out of them. And now it becomes acidic. It's dead now. You killed it. You boiled it. You killed it. You want to eat foods that are alive. Live foods. Raw foods. Foods that are electric. Why do you want to eat alkaline? Your body is electric. You have enough energy in you to power a city, to power half a city. You're a storehouse of energy. Your body's electric. You see, the Egyptians knew about a Wi-Fi technology to where they used the electric in the body to power tools. You see, your body's electric, so you want to eat electric. Eat electric foods, which is alkaline foods. That's the same thing. Alkaline and electric are the same thing. See, remember when I told you that alkalinity equals empowerment? You want to empower yourself, invigorate yourself. Eat healthy, eat right. Now, if you can't eat alkaline foods, you know me, I'm an example. You can't eat alkaline foods, you're having trouble with it. The alkaline water. See this brand right here? It's a great brand. You can get it at Whole Foods. You see 9.5? That means it's 9.5 alkalinity. That's pretty good as far as alkalinity is concerned. It's pretty high. The pH level is 9.5, 9.5, which means that basically this is pretty much electric. This water, like if I drink this water, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to feel invigorated. It's not just water. It's soft. See, the water you're drinking out the faucet isn't. They got fluoride in the water. If I haven't said it before, if you never heard me say it, I'm saying it now. They put fluoride in the water. So the water that you're drinking is not good. You know what I'm saying? It's not good for you. So I try to drink this type of water all the time. I'm strict on that though. Now I might not always eat alkaline foods, but my water, ask anybody that knows me, I'm pretty strict on my water. I'm trying to keep it all the way alkaline on that level. So you see I got these empty bottles over here. I mean, I drink this stuff all day just to let people know I'm not making this stuff up. I drink this stuff all day or whatever. So just keeping it real or whatever. I got empty bottles of water or whatever all day, and it's basically alkaline water or whatever. It's totally electric. You can take this water in and drink it. If you're not eating good, having proper hydration is great. I'm going to do a whole video talking about water, so I'm not going to go into too much of water here, but that's alkaline water or whatever. So definitely want to take that in. It's great for you, great for the brain, keeps the third eye. You start talking about you want to stimulate your pineal gland. Alkalinity helps to stimulate the pineal gland. I need to point that out here too. That like if you take my focus herbs, I have focus herbs on my website. That's good for stimulation of the pineal gland as well. And you take the monatomic gold and you eat alkaline, you doing all of that. I'm talking about visions and clarity and being able to see things and clear skin and all of that type of stuff. Eat alkaline. Eat right. Be right for your bloodstream. Make sure your blood is pure at all times by drinking the best waters. Keeping a pure bloodstream keeps your skin looking pure. When your skin is not looking pure, that means your blood is not pure. That means you're taking in fluids that aren't pure. So you want to be pure inside and outside. Inside and outside. Keep balancing your chakras, doing the crystals. Keep your vibration high. That's what it's all about. Keep your vibration high. When your vibration's high, it doesn't matter if people are doing negative things to you. It doesn't matter if you think people are practicing witchcraft on you. You keep a high vibration. You keep a sound mind and a sound body. So that's my brief video on alkalinity and its spiritual benefits. I thank you for watching this video. And for more enlightening information, I ask that you visit my channel or subscribe to my channel or visit my website at 13signsastrology.com.